Don't overreact. The way the market looked today, it was very busy. It seems like a lot happened, but did a lot really did happen? When you actually zoom out, what we're going to see is nothing actually changed. So today it seems like we were about to go down, but as we go down, we go and check and do a deep dive, go in the lower time frame. You guys are going to see exactly why today was once again another indecision day. Welcome to the chat, guys. If you are here, again, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with anybody else that might be interested in trading or wishing to learn. Again, I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say here is not a suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. What I do here, this is no fluff, this is no BS. I stick to the charts. I'm trying to teach you guys how to learn, show you guys the pattern. There's no fluff here. I'm not trying to, convince you either way. I'm giving you the information and giving you both scenarios that might play out. How you choose to use that information, I hope you use it properly, but that is entirely up to you. That being said, we're not going to waste much time. I just want to give you guys just a couple of minutes just to get in. I know some of you guys are not in the States and might take a little time to hop on the stream. If you are here, just let me know. Just say hello. All right. To those of you guys that are outside of the states, I wish you guys very well. Hopefully, it's a warm place. I'm in New York right now. We're struggling with the cold a little bit. It's cold. It's been obviously it is winter, so we're dealing with some cold weather. But hopefully you guys can use some sunshine. And please send us some over here. We can use that. All right, let's hop right in the chart, guys. Going to the cues. I was telling you guys yesterday, as far as on a move up on the cues, we were not ready for a move up on the. We were not ready to move up on the cues, right? If you're looking at it exactly, we are not ready for a move up. Okay, give me one quick sec here. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we are not ready for a move up. Okay, let's see. I believe yesterday I talked to you guys and say, hey, this doesn't look very good. Let me just take this off the screen so it's not too busy and you guys can see that properly. So everything that we draw the past couple of days are still on the chart. And what we can see right now, it is possible we actually right back in that range again on that ascending triangle. We right in it. As of right now, we don't know if we're going to push up this way or if we're going to go down. All that I think a lot of that hinge on what the numbers looks like tomorrow when we have unemployment or job data comes out tomorrow that was delayed. That should tell us a lot. So we're waiting to see some good news. Good news would help us a lot. As you guys could see, that inverted hammer just brought things down, and it seems like we were about to completely crash. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're looking at the pattern, right, we are actually not doing much. We're not doing much. We just taking, literally just taking right here. As you guys can see, we pull back down, we pull down, and we came like right to 617. So we opened at 623. We went down to 617. That's actually a big move. You guys, that's a 6 points move, intraday. However, that did not really change anything. We did not break any structure. There was no breakdown or break off or breakout. We had nothing really. That was just, to me, all here is still just indecision. All this area here, right? So someone who looks at that, and I'll say that that would be fair. If you want to take a look at that again, you could say, hey, listen, this seems to be more of a, because looking at this three candle pattern, that's an evening star, right? So remember yesterday when we were talking about morning star, this seems to be giving an evening star right now. However, this is the problem I have with that. When you look at the price action, it's not a very good evening start. Why? If you're looking at this candle, we have a long tail all the way down to this level. So that means as we were dropping, we do have some support level right there, right? So he came, bounced on support, and buyers stepped up. Buyer stepped up. So let's dig in the chart exactly to see how that plays out. That played out throughout the day. First, we're going to check the 4 hours. We can see the 4 hours again. So we pushed down. Buyer stepped in. We tried it again. Buyer stepped right back in again. So now, what does that most likely seems like? As of right now, it seems like what we are doing here is a bull flag, right? So that's what we're looking at right now. This is what seems to really look like right now. This is the bull flag as of right now. Again, when the numbers come out tomorrow, maybe it completely fails, right? And we actually head back down. But as of right now, we don't know. Again, that's why I say we still have indecision. We are at a level where we don't have a breakout, we don't have a breakdown. All the structures, nothing changes from yesterday. But if you again intraday, if you are a day trader, you had some opportunities to take some trades. If you trade the indices, right? You had some opportunities. If you go in the 30 minutes, this was literally nothing. Again, your chance came the first 30 minutes of the day. That's it. That's all you had. Because once that move was made, the first 30 minutes of the day, all we did was consolidate right in that zone. We never break out of it. That is all we did. Between about 620 and 628. That's a very, very tight range. It's very hard to really capitalize on that because you never quite see a pattern really form because the move comes so quick because the range is so tight. If you trading, unless you really somebody was buying at support and selling at resistance, there wasn't much for you to do. Really was it? Look at that. This is the 15 minutes. I mean, this is like horrible, man. Like this is literally wasting the entire day. Unless you took that move. Let me see if you even had a chance to have taken that move. That was the only way you could have had a play on the cues. Again, that's on the cues. The only way for you to have had a move on the cues is if you are trading what the open range breakout strategy on the cues. That's the only way you would have really gotten something. I mean, you have the retest, yeah, and then the push down, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. And all day, you guys can see that here. All day, we were range bound all day. Nothing changed. I sat here. I waited to see, hey, do we get a breakout either way, just out of that range? It never happened, so I didn't take no trade on the cues. I just let the cues go. Um, the S&P was a little bit different on the S&P. Because if you look at the S&P, let's go on the daily on the S&P. Again, that was the Qs. That's the Nasdaq, the QQQ. That's tech stocks for you. That's the growth tech stock, high beta stocks. If you look at the S&P again, look at where we closed, guys. Right at that level. Remember when we closed there yesterday? I said we don't know if we're going to actually move down. Yeah, my bias was down on the on for the day, so we did go down, but not much. But by the end of the day, again, if you day trading, this is 690 to 687.50 range, right? So you had a little bit of a wiggle room, but not much. We were for the most part of the day we were range bound, but for swing traders, this is no man's land. You don't trade here. We don't know. Indecisions. Doji, that's indecisions. We don't actually know what's going on. We have no idea. So we have to be patient and wait. Again, a move will happen. We just have to wait to follow it. Again, just remember, I keep leaving this on the chart, guys, because I don't want you guys to forget. No matter how crooked this P look, I'm going to leave those on the chart. Process over profit. Just really stick to your process, especially when it comes to swing trading and day trading. Make sure if you're investing, that's different. You could say, hey, I'm going to DCA in. DCA meaning dollar cost average, meaning you're just going to buy no matter what at whatever level. Like, hey, at these levels, I'm just buying. Or some people say, hey, I'm going to buy Apple every 2 weeks when I get paid. I'm buying 100. So it does price doesn't really matter. There's no the process is just the buying, the commitment to purchase the shares. That's the entire process because you're investing for 10, 20 years or forever in some cases. So if we look at that, there's absolutely nothing really going on. We don't really have anything going on, right? Um, if I go in the 4 hours, again, in the 4 hours, it almost seems like what we have going on here, and I'm sure you guys going to uh, most likely talk about it again. I don't know why we keep doing this. I mean, we set that up here, right? That's more of a bigger inverted head and shoulder pattern. We never really got the breakout. We never really got the breakout yet. But then again, the shoulders where that's from here to here. This is our shoulder. So you could say this is just part of the shoulder, still being formed here. It's taking time. It's taking a long time, which typically I'm not a big fan for when things like that take such a long time. I like to see a decisive move because what a decisive move does, a decisive move allow us to squeeze because that's when we catch all the bears offside or we catch them off guard. A lot of people are short the market and whatever the money's in, and we boom, we have a big move happen, and it might take them 2, 3, sometimes a week for them to be able to unwind all the short position. And the only way, in case you don't know, to close naked shorts, you actually have to buy shares, right? So when you have to buy shares, if people who have those shares are not selling, it squeeze you in. If you are around when GameStop happened, that's what happened with GameStop. So unless people are selling shares, and short sellers are actually having to buy shares, the price is just going to skyrocket up. That's why you see some other stocks sometimes. When you see a stock has been dormant for a while, it's been beaten down, a lot of people shorts are making money, and then you got that squeeze, and next thing you know, within a matter of like a week or two, that stock actually moved up 20, 40, sometimes 50 points, like crazy. That's what happens. So whenever a quick move like that happens without warning, right? That's how you get a nice short squeeze. It's the same thing. Same reason I've been telling you guys. I don't think we're going to see a market crash right now because everyone's on guard. The market crashes when people are overly confident and we get caught off guard, right? No one's really paying attention. You think everything's great, everybody's bullish and whatever, and next thing you know, boom, black swan event, and we crash down. So anyway, going back to this chart again, what are we looking at? We're doing a bit of it's like an inverted head and shoulder pattern right inside of inverted head and shoulder pattern. That's right inside of an ascending triangle. I mean, we've been having so many of them right here. We have one that made right here. I don't know how many of them we need to do before we actually break out of this little pattern that we have here. All right, like we can see it. We know the pattern, but we must be patient. We must wait and see exactly what is going on. Digging in, looking at the 2 hour time frame, again, not much. We just went down. Let's see, taking a quick look at the. This is what gets me excited, by the way, guys. That's what gets me excited. Okay, this gets me excited because we might do that. All right. Um, so depending on what the numbers look like tomorrow, I think we're going to curl up, which would create a bullish divergence, and that would allow us to win. So I'm really hoping to we get good numbers tomorrow, but hope is not a plan. Either way, no matter what happens, we're going to follow whatever the chart gives us. We're not going to force and impose our will on the chart. We just taking whatever the chart actually offers. If you look at the 30 minutes again today, the 30 minutes was. I mean, look at this. What is this? Like, how do you really trade this? I mean, I took a breakout trade on but that was on the ES. I took a breakout trade on it. I only made very small. I got stopped out, but I got stopped in profit, so I'll take it. But it wasn't much. It was just because I moved my stop loss up a little bit, just to protect the profit that I was making, and I ended up getting stopped. That's okay. We live with it. All right. At least we're not ready for the day, so we will take that. Okay. Now let's go and check Amazon. Quick update on Amazon, guys. What a play that was. What a play that was, man. What a play that was. I mean, you guys know, I've been telling you guys, it's not like me coming here because Amazon is up here. I'm saying, hey guys, I bought Amazon. I've been telling you guys when I was in Amazon. I told you guys when I took some profit. I told you guys when I added. I told you guys when I added more, went to full position. And remember, I told you guys right here yesterday, I actually trimmed it. So no, I am not at full position right now. I'm just like writing this up right now. That's what I'm doing with Amazon. It looks good. I'm writing it up, but I also understand we are not too far from a potential, you know, a resistance level. So when we get here, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it gaps above it. I don't know, but if we get here, um, likelihood we'll figure it out. I mean, this is a really long call. I may close the position and just take the money. Say, hey, you know what? We are ahead. Beginning of the year, we are ahead. We on the board. We winning. So let's do it that way. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, no questions. If you have any questions, by the way, just please feel free to drop that in the chat. And for those of you guys that are watching this after, I do see the numbers about 70% of you guys are not actually subscribed to the channel. I would appreciate it if you guys can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the content. Help me grow the channel. Help me help more people. Now, I have some really disturbing news to discuss with you guys. I've spoken about this before. This is something that really because I'm passionate about trading, it is something it is the reality. It's always been there. It is the reality, and it is something that really bothers me. It bothers me when the elites already have so much money and still taking advantage of us the regular folks, right? Trading is not easy. Trading is hard, and we have to read charts and whatever. But being able to sometimes have certain information and just manipulate the market, and the fact that it's being done now, it's being done. It's so egregious. They don't care to even try to hide it anymore. Like to me, it's crazy, and I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to show you guys that, and you make your own decision. My feeling is this is market manipulation. Okay, this is market manipulation. This is the way I'm taking it, and you guys tell me if you think I'm wrong. All right. So let me pull this chart up. What we're looking at right now, and that happened with all the defense stocks, right? This is the defense stock. That's Lockheed Martin. This stock is right here, 531. Okay. So that stock is here. This first move is made. Nothing. There's no news, no nothing. I'm saying, well, what's going on? There's no news. There's nothing. Then it started bouncing back up, right? So maybe somebody might say, you know what? There's some support level here, and we're bouncing back up. Maybe it's time to go long. So if you did, they got you. They trapped you. They do that, and it continues to goes down. Now, why did that happen? Like right around 2:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock, right? You guys know what happened around that time? So we had a social media post that says all defense companies will be banned from stock buyback, which obviously is really bad news. But guess what? Most of them already got out. Retail traders try to come in and buy the dip, and they dropped it again. So a lot of retail traders end up, oh, you know what? That's really bad news. It's gonna be bad for those guys because stock buybacks is one way companies try to artificially boost the stock price. If the stock is not doing much and the company have a lot of money on hand, so what they do is they go and they buy shares. So if they buy shares, that means, hey, I'm reducing the amount of shares on the market. So when I reduce the amount of shares on the market, that means, hey, less supply, demand is either the same or higher, stock price goes up. So that's the way the game is played. All right. So we understand that. So no buybacks. So let's say, okay, you close your position. You're like, okay, you know what? I don't even want to see what happens the next day. I'm just gonna close here. Guess what happens right after the market close? Now, when the market close, most of you guys can't trade, right? You can't buy options. If you don't have a lot of money to really buy shares, you buy options. So that means you cannot buy options, right? What happens right after the market close? About 5 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes after the market close, another post came out. Guess what that post talks about? We need to increase the defense budget by $1.5 trillion. And then this happens. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's just me. I do not believe that's a coincidence. I think think about the amount of money people who know these things were coming just made just by shorting right at this level or shorting and buying right here and right at the very next day or just buying right at the low before market close and right that up the very next day. Like this is what we do. We're trying to read the charts and trying to make decisions and trying to do all these things. These are the things that we have to do, guys. And this is what I'm telling you. You have to understand the game is rigged against you already, so you have to perfect how you trade. You cannot have a process that you don't follow. See, that's my thing. Would I have let me just pull this up real quick. Now, would I have shorted this stock at this level? No. Even though I had this big red candle, I wouldn't have. Now, you might say, well, why? I mean, look at the volume. The volume is so steep. This was let me see this 532 to 596. So we're talking about 38-point drop. That's precisely why I wouldn't go short on that. It's a 38-point drop in one day. So that means I'm not shorting that. The likelihood of getting another bounce on that is high. So no, I'm not going to short that. I'm not doing that because that trend already left without me. I'm okay. I'm not getting in at that point, right? Um, so that's what happens. Again, following your process. If you are really following your process, you should have known, hey, this is not a level where I'm actually going to go. Now let's see if that coincided with any sort of like support or resistance level. Yes, it did. Because if you do a bit of a support zone, which would have taken this level right here with all of those, we can even push that way back, right? So you can see that little support zone that it had right under it. It just came right down to to support level, and then it bounced. Okay, so even in the midst of them just shaking us out and trying to push us out of position, if you are following your process, you have a specific process that you follow, it will help you avoid a lot of these things. It will. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is all I have for you guys tonight. I don't see any questions in the chat so I'm not going to keep you guys long. Again, for tomorrow, we don't know. We're just waiting for tomorrow. Just recapping. A lot happened today. We actually really did not have any direction in any way. So there's really nothing to do but to wait tomorrow and see exactly what the day brings. Nothing changed, and that's important to recognize that when nothing changed, let price confirm before you react. We're not reacting before price has shown us, hey, you know what? This is what's going to happen. I'll see you guys in the next market review tomorrow. I may do this a little earlier. I don't know. Typically for on Friday I don't go live, but I am adding some more time right now uh, um, on my calendar as far as just doing that market review for you guys. It might just be a recorded video, or if I go live, I may just announce it midday to go live. Tomorrow, I do have a video dropping tomorrow regarding another trading strategy, which is the 9 EMA strategy. I hope you guys are doing well. Best of luck tomorrow. Trade carefully, follow your plan. Again, process over profit, and stick to it. And stay locked in, guys. Stay warm. Stay warm. Well, I'm even telling you guys to stay warm when I'm cold. You know, this is how much I love you guys, man. You know, that's how it is. Just stay warm, man, and stay green. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.